And welcome back to the Sacramento State Hornets Dynasty on College Football 27 here on YouTube. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and we welcome you to this very special game. I say it's special because of the memes. It is Sacramento State at Ball State in the first edition of the BallSac Bowl presented by Ballscape. Ballscape, the best a man can scrape. The Hornets come into this game at 5-2, 3-1 in MAC play. They're looking to try to keep their conference title hopes alive, as well as become bowl eligible with a win in this game. Ball State sitting at 3-4 and 2-1 in conference play. A win will get them to 500 and keep their hopes of basically playing for a MAC title alive as well. If you enjoy this content, hit that like, subscribe button, as well as hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop. All right, after both teams go 3-0 on the first drive, we see the Hornets start their second drive here as they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to go 13 yards down at the 46-yard line. The very next play, 1st and 10 for the Hornets on their own 46-yard line. One of the receivers is motioning, and the snap is taken. Conklin, he'll get the short pass over to Jordan Williams. He'll go 4 yards. He tackled for 4 yards. Very next play, 2nd and 6 from midfield here. As we see the Hornets still with the ball. Another motion play here. Another snap taken by Conklin. And Conklin will find Williams again. Back-to-back plays. 3 plays later on 3rd and 6 in Ball State territory here. We see Matthew Coleman. He'll have the completed pass for 6 yards. 2 plays later, 2nd and 4 inside Ball State territory. You see Conklin. He'll take the snap. He's under a little bit of duress, but he'll be able to get the throw off, and it's going to be complete over to Landry Burrell for 17 yards. They're inside the ball-escaped red zone. It is a goal-to-go situation, actually. As you see, Sincere Ronnie, I've actually called him Rainey all this time, but it is Ronnie. He'll get 6 yards there. 2 plays later, 3rd and goal. Conklin taking a snap. He'll throw as he'll run as he's throwing. He'll complete the pass over to Matthew Coleman for a 7-yard touchdown. And the Hornets will strike first. They draw first blood. As you see Matthew Coleman catching a pass right in the end zone. He had to jump up for it, but it is a touchdown. As we fast forward again, after Ball State goes 3 and out again, we see 2nd and 9. There's going to be a 9-yard rush by Jamar Curtis. That's going to be a 1st down, but 3 plays later, 3rd and inches, and Jamar Curtis is going to be stopped, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. It looks like it'll be a passing play to try to throw him off. And Conklin, and that pass is going to be incomplete. So the Ball State will take over on downs. Here's the first time we'll see them with the ball here. 1st and 10 inside Hornets territory. As you see, Keldrick Luster will take the snap, and Luster is going to eat the turf for a 10-yard loss. That is Will Weber with the sack there. 2 plays later, 3rd and 12 on the Hornets' 44-yard line after a big run there to get him back. As you see, Luster, that pass is going to be thrown, and it is going to be incomplete, intended to Corey Thompson Jr., so they'll be forced to punt. 2nd and 7 now. We fast forward on the next Hornets drive. You see Conklin, he's going to eat the turf for a 9-yard loss. But we got a 3rd and 16 here, and that Carson Conklin's pass is going to be dropped by Jace Wilson here, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Sacramento State with a 7-0 lead. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button here, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out here as we're getting ready to start the second quarter right after this. Start of the second quarter here in Muncie. Ball State with the ball. It's on a 2nd and 8, and there's going to be a pass over to Corey Thompson for 6 yards. Sets up 3rd and 2 right at midfield here, and they're going to hand it off over to TJ Horton. Horton's going to find a hole there, and that's going to be an 11-yard rush. Sets up 1st and 10 on the Hornets' 40-yard line here. Keldrick Luster has plenty of time to throw. He's going to run, and he's just going to run for it here. He'll get 7 yards on that rush. Very next play, 2nd and 3 on the Hornets' 32-yard line. As we see a little bit of motion here, Keldrick once again going to keep the ball. He's going to get a hold there, first down. 2 plays later on 2nd and 2 on the Hornets' 24-yard line. Keldrick will take the snap. Keldrick under pressure. Keldrick's going to eat the dirt once again. Miles Bailey with the sack. He's been very impressive as well. Very next play on 3rd and 16 here on the 31-yard line of the Hornets. You see Keldrick Luster taking the snap. He's going to get the pass off, but it's going to be incomplete, and they'll have to settle for a 48-yard field goal attempt by Joe Graves. The snap is up, the kick is off, and that is no good! And the Ball State Cardinals will have no points after that. Looks like it was a promising drive here. Very first play of the next drive, we see Carson Conklin taking the pass. He'll get the pass off, and that's going to be complete to Jace Wilson, only for 3 yards. 2 plays later, 3rd and 6 on the 35-yard line. Conklin taking the snap. He'll get the throw off, and he's going to find Donovan. No, that's Kyle Coons for 17 yards. Next play, 1st and 10 inside Ball State territory now. Conklin will take the snap. Conklin will get the pass off. That's going to be complete for 6 yards to Jason Moses. 2 plays later on 3rd and 3 on the Ball State 42-yard line. Conklin taking the snap. And it looks like he's going to be under pressure. He's just going to throw the ball away. Sets up a 4th down, but they're going to go for it again. 4th and 3 on the 42-yard line. Conklin. He's going to get the pass off. It looks like he's hit as he's throwing as there's a penalty on the play. Looks like it's against Ball State. We'll see what the penalty is. And that's going to be roughing the passer, so you're going to tack on 15 yards there. They're now in the Ballscape. Or not in the ball, quite in the Ballscape territory, but now you're going to see Jamar Curtis with the rush. Now they're in the Ballscape red zone here. 2nd and 1 on the Ball State 12-yard line. They're going to hand it off over to Rainey, and Rainey is going to be tackled around the 4-yard line, but we now have 2 plays later. 2nd and goal on the Ball State 1-yard line. Conklin going to take the snap. It's going to be a passing play. He's going to throw to Jordan Williams, and he'll make the catch for a touchdown, and the Hornets now have a 2-score lead. It's 13-0, pending the extra point here. Yeah, it is Carson Conklin's 2nd touchdown pass of the game, and Jordan Williams' 1st touchdown catch of the game. Very next drive, it's 2nd and 11 for the Ball State Cardinals here. As you see, there's going to be a 10-yard pass over to Elijah Jackson here. Sets up 3rd and inches. Very next play, handing it off to Horton, and Horton will get the 1st down. Very next play, 3rd and 26, 2 plays later. And they are going to hand it off over to Horton again for a 9-yard rush. Sets up a fresh set of downs for the Ball State Cardinals here. 3 plays later on 3rd and 6 at midfield. And that pass is going to be, it's going to be a Luster rush, but they're not going to get the 1st down, and nothing else really happens here. We're going to head to halftime here. 14-0 Hornets, but we look at scores around the country here. Wisconsin leading USC 21-10 right now. Oh, man, as I said, we've seen a lot of upsets right now, but this game is about to approach halftime at Camp Randall. 21-10, Badgers having their way right now against USC. Minnesota shutting out Iowa 28-0. That was a notable score there. As we look at some of the highlights here, again, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. We'll be back to start the second half of this BallSac Bowl presented by Ballscape. Start of the second half here in Muncie. 14-0 Sacramento State on top. Ball State with the ball is coming out at halftime. You see Elijah Jackson getting to take the handoff. He's going to get 12 yards there. Makes it 1st down. 3 plays later, though, it's 3rd and 7 on the 37-yard line of Ball State. As you see, Luster will take the snap. Luster's going to get the ball, pass off. That's going to be incomplete, knocked away by Bugsy Silvera. We start the next drive for Sacramento State. It actually is going to be 1st and 10. Or 2nd and 10, I should say. They're going to hand it off or pass it over to Kyle Coons for 8 yards. Sets up the third and 2 on the 33-yard line. The very next play here, as we see, as the snap is going to be taken, they're going to hand it off over to Sincere Ronnie, and Ronnie's going to get 9 yards there. Sets up a first down. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10 on the 42-yard line. We see a little bit of motion here. Snap taken. Carson Conklin is going to get the pass off. That's going to be complete over to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to get a first down and more. 19 yards there on the Ball State 39-yard line. Very next play, they're going to hand it off over to Curtis again, and Curtis is going to get 14 additional yards. Now it is to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hornets now inside Ball State territory here. And they're going to hand it off once again to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to go for 8 yards, and now they're inside the Ballscape red zone. As we see on 32, 2 plays later, they're going to hand it off over to Brian Collins, and Collins is going to get a 1st and goal on the 7. However, the drive will stall here. They're going to have to settle for Josiah Stovall 20-yard field goal. That is good, and the Hornets lead it 17-0. Very next play, first play of the very next drive for Ball State here. As we see that is Luster. He'll take the snap. He'll get the pass off, and that's going to be intercepted by Miles Tucker. It took until the third quarter, but Sacramento State defense keeps that streak alive by having one turnover, at least forcing one turnover for every game this season so far, and it's 8 games. As I mentioned, Sacramento, see Miles Tucker on the replay on the interception. It looked like it was tipped, and then it fell into the hands of Miles Tucker here. First play of the next drive for Sacramento State, 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. We see Conklin. That pass is going to be completed over to Landry Burrell, and Burrell will get 15 yards there. They're now in the Ballscape red zone once again. 3rd and 3 now, a few plays later on the 13-yard line. Conklin, and that's going to be a screen pass over to Burrell for 5 yards. Sets up 1st and goal on the 8. Very next play is 1st and goal, and they're going to hand it off over to Brian Collins, and Collins is going to go down for 8 yards. Very next play here. You see Conklin. That pass is going to be complete over to Kyle Kuntz, and that's a Hornets touchdown. It is now 23-0 Sacramento State, as Carson Conklin will throw his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. Kyle Kuntz's 1st touchdown catch of this game. And as I said, it's 23-0 Hornets pending the extra point. And now Ball State with the ball here. First play of the next drive, they're going to hand it off over to TJ Horton, and Horton's only going to get 4 yards there on that first down run. Very next play, 2nd and 6 on their own 21-yard line. Cardinals looking to try to get something going. Snap taken, and that is going to be sacked. He's going to fumble, and that's going to be recovered by the Hornets. Xavier Williams will come with the fumble recovery. He's been a force to reckon with on this Hornets defense this season. Part of the reason why they are 5-2 on the season. And Will Weber with the sack. I believe that's his 2nd sack of the game. But that's a big one here. However, the drive will stall. They'll have to settle for another Josiah Stovall field goal from 17 yards out, and it's a good. And it's now 27-0 Hornets on top. Rarely do I show kickoffs, unless something really happens here, as we're going to see Jamarian McDougal is going to take it. He's going to find a hole. He's going to cross the 40. He's going to be tackled right at midfield. Ball State in business here. Fast forward to 2nd and 8, and they're going to hand it off over to Elijah Jackson, and Jackson's going to get 5 yards. That's a manageable 3rd down. However, we're going to skip it to 4th and 2 now. They're going to go for it as TJ Horton is going to get 5 yards. That's going to be a 1st down, and that will end the 3rd quarter here. Sacramento State on top, 27-0 right now. As we look at the slate of games coming up for the following week, great slate of games here. But if you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe button. The Hornets 1 quarter away from bowl eligibility. Will they hold on? Start of the 4th quarter here in this BallSac Bowl presented by Ballscape. Yes. As you see, Keldrick Luster will take the snap. He's going to run for a second. He's going to get the pass off. That's going to be complete to Jabari Smith Jr. for 20 yards. And they're now in the Ballscape red zone here. 2 plays later, 2nd and 9 on the Sacramento State 15-yard line. They're going to hand it off over to TJ Horton, and Horton's going to get a hole. He's going to get a first down. I believe they said that's for 8 yards there. 2 plays later, though, or 3 plays later, 3rd and 1 now on the 7-yard line. The Hornets, they're going to hand it off back over to Horton, and Horton's going to get another first down on the ground here. You see Moore is hurt for Sacramento State. Very next play, 1st and goal on the 2. They're going to hand it off to Horton once again. He's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Ball State. And the Cardinals will not get the goose egg. As you see, they're on the board, 27-6, pending the extra point. Happy Cardinal mascot there, and they will get the extra point, 27-7. 3 and out for the Sacramento State offense. So Ball State with the ball again. They're going to hand it off over to TJ Horton for 5 yards there. 2 plays later, 3rd and 5. Keldrick Luster. Luster will hit the pass off. That's going to be completed over to Corey Thompson Jr., I should say, for 31 yards. They're now in the 30 of Sacramento State. Very next play, 1st and 10. Keldrick Luster taking the snap. Luster going to get the pass off, and that's going to be complete to Sean Ward for 23 yards. Back in the Ballscape red zone. Now it's a goal-to-go situation here. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal on the 4-yard line. And they're going to hand it off over to TJ Horton, and Horton's going to find the end zone once again. Back-to-back touchdowns for Ball State, and they're not going away just yet. Hopefully you're not going away just yet either here. 27-13, now 27-14. First play of the next drive for Sacramento State, and like that, Carson Conklin's going to get sacked. 2 plays later, 3rd and 13 on their own 15-yard line. As you see, Conklin, he's going to get the pass. That's going to be complete to Coleman, but that's going to be short of the first down here. Ball State with the ball again. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off over to Elijah Jackson. Jackson's going to find a hole, and he's going to get the first down for 15-yard rush here. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 10 now. Can the Hornet defense get off the field? They'll get a sack. That's a loss of 10, but Ball State will go for it on 4th and 20. Luster's going to get the pass off, and that's going to be complete to Sean Ward for 31 yards. Next play, 1st and 10. And they're going to... No, that's not a handoff. That's going to actually be a pass complete to Elijah Jackson for 5 yards, and they're back in the Ballscape red zone again. 2 plays later, it's 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. As we see, there's a pass, but that's going to be incomplete. Sets up 4th and 5. Can the Hornets defense make a stop here and try to put this game away? As you see the snap going to be taking Luster, and Luster's going to run for it, and they say he's going to get the first down there. Very next play, 1st and 10 on the 12. Keldrick Luster. He's going to get the pass off, and that's going to be complete over to Corey Thompson Jr. for a 12-yard touchdown strike. And just like that, it's a 1-score game. Oh, fans of the Hornets and the Hornets players are going to be nervous right now. It was 27-0 going into the 4th quarter, and now it's 27-20, pending the extra point, and they will get the extra point. So we go fast forward to 2nd and 10 now, as we see Conklin. That pass is going to be complete over to Jason Moses, and that is big because Ball State will call their first timeout here. Now it's 3rd and 6. No more timeouts for Ball State. A first down will essentially end it, and they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis. He's going to get 6 yards, but they're going to be short of the first down anyway. Fast forward to 2nd and 5 now, as we see Keldrick Luster, and Luster's going to eat the turf. Hornets defense coming up big. 3rd and 17. And that's going to be back-to-back sacks for the Hornets defense here. Now sets up 4th and 25. They have to get something going here. Luster's pass is going to be complete to Marion Riggins for 29 yards here. 2 plays later on 2nd and 10 after a spike. And we're going to see pass is going to be completed over to Johnny Thompson Jr. Sets up 3rd and 2 right at midfield. They have to keep going here. They have no timeouts. You see Luster, and Luster is going to be sacked for a 3rd time on this drive. And now they have to get it off here on 4th down. 4th and 12. Luster, that pass is going to be incomplete. And the Hornets are going to hold on, and they are bowl eligible. They will win the first edition of the BallSac Bowl presented by Ballscape. 185 yards passing for Carson Conklin. 3 touchdown passes on 67% or 68% passing here, as you can see. A dejected Ball State. They put up a very valiant effort, but it's the Hornets that are going to walk out with the victory. That's right now. We got Carson Conklin in 25 of 37 for 185 yards, passes 67% completion pass, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jamar Curtis 79 yards, Collins with 28 yards rushing. Ronnie, that's Sincere Ronnie, by the way, 21 yards on 6 carries, and Carson Conklin minus 15 rushing. Then we got Landry Burrell leading the way with. We're leading the way with 62 yards. You have Coleman with 24 yards on 4 catches. He had a touchdown. Kuntz with 25 yards on 3 catches. A touchdown. Williams 12 yards on 3 catches. That's some of the notable stats there for defense. And we had Safoya with 7 pancakes. Blank had 5 pancakes, and you had Sousa, Summers, Frazier with 4 each. Stallworth with 3. Then you had Anton, Oravito, and Moses, and Kuntz with 2, and then the rest you see had 1. Giovanni Kovacs had 1 sack allowed. Defensive-wise, you had Thornton with 7 total tackles. Weber with 7 total tackles, 4 TFLs, and he had 2 sacks as well. Miles Bailey, we looked down, he had 2 sacks. Xavier Williams had a sack, as well as Howard Jr. And then we look at the kicking wise. We had Josiah Stovall had 2 from field goals, 3 extra points made. And then we have White, kind of a drag, at 6 punts for 300 yards with only 250 net yards and 1 touchback. And we have our first hard commit, and that is Marvin Poindexter from Sunnyvale, California, the 1-star quarterback. So we're glad that we got a Bay Area quarterback, and he is the only hard recruit right now to actually officially commit to us. And as we see here, we have a level up, by the way, for Coach Alonzo Carter as well. Congratulations to Miles Tucker getting MAC Defensive Player of the Week. He had interceptions, 2 tackles, and 2 pass breakups in this game against the Ball State Cardinals. Now you're bowl eligible Sacramento State Hornets, by the way. Sadly, for the first time, we actually do have to look at an injury report for our Hornets in this dynasty, and that is our center Josh Hector. He has broken ribs. He'll be out for 3 weeks. Hopefully, we'll have him by our bowl game. We'll see. But as I said, Josh Hector out 3 weeks with broken ribs. And as we start looking at the recruiting here, as I mentioned, Marvin Poindexter, our only hard commit right now. We got Jason Costello. We're still leading him, as well as we're leading Legend Moffitt. Sona Antolo, we're actually able to finally get him a visit, in which he'll be visiting our senior day game against Toledo. Tony James will have a week 9 visit against Kent State. And then we got Orlando Lanovoy, who actually is new to the list, as he actually ended up replacing Stephen Aurora at right tackle. Aurora decided he wanted to go to Fresno State. So now we're able to get an El Cerrito, 2-star right tackle from El Cerrito, California. I mean, nobody except for us has offered him right now, and we're giving him some NIL money as well. Paredes, we're still number 1 on his list. He's expected to visit during the Kent State game. Nathan Melvin, new to our list, as Kona Cushenberry locked us out. Keenan Duggins, still number 1 on his list, as well as Gideon Knight, who's expected to also visit on senior day. Santiago Mondrano, who's expected to visit actually coming up this week, actually against Kent State. Then we got Demetrius Semple. Unfortunately, we have not been able to get him anything. We still have Eric Lockett, who's still actually a verbal commit, and we'll see how things go with him. And then we got Eric Bello, who is still leading on our list, as well as Harlan Bragg. We're number 1 on his list. We're down to the top 3, and Let's just say that Arizona State and Oklahoma State need a lot of catching up to do. And then we got Dom Edmond, who I think as of right now, the Carmichael, California kid, the one-star Will, is most likely going to be coming to us. Then we got Raheem Payne, who is a one-star recruit for us. He is verbally committed to us. And we got John Eddy still with us, the one-star Will. Then we got Dom Sneed. We're still number 2 on him, and I don't think we're going to be able to get him a visit for a game, but we could get him for a bye week. We got Jimmy Vizcaino, number 1 on our list, the one-star Sam, as well as George Ozma, the one-star Sam. D'Angelo Pitts, another one-star. Mike from a JUCO transfer from Menlo Park, California. Then we got Lester Bartow, a one-star Mike from San Jose. Carl Muhammad, we are number 1 on his list. As I said, it looks like that we're nearing the win, but at the same time, it's still plenty of time left here. And then we got James Sledge. We were able to get him a senior day visit, the 2-star cornerback from San Jose, California. He just had a visit with San Diego State, and now he still is going to be visiting us, but we're number 2 on this list. And we got Femi Ochi, who's expected to visit for senior day, the one-star cornerback from San Francisco. Christian Jowers, the one-star cornerback from Green Bay, California. And then last but not least, we got Pierre Shabazz, who nobody's given him a visit yet, so this colleague could go down to signing day. We'll definitely go down to signing day here, as we did offer him some NIL here. He's not expected it. Or actually, let's see though. We're giving him an expected NIL, so let's see if we could. We do have money to get him some extra NIL. No, he's actually very interested in us, so we cannot give him any more than that. But that is your recruiting update for this video. In our next video, the Hornets return home for some Friday Night Lights action, or should I say Friday Night Lights Maction. They'll host the Kent State Golden Flashes here. Kent State just playing out the string at 1-7. Meanwhile, your bowl-eligible Hornets at 6-2, looking to still keep their MAC title hopes alive. If they win out, they should clinch a spot in the MAC championship game in their first season. Who would have thought that? That is the Golden Flashes and the Hornets in our next video. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button, comment on this video, as well as hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, as well as hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And also, I am running a poll right now, and I believe we're in our second quarterfinals poll. This one's featuring North Carolina, Virginia, and North Dakota State, and Jacksonville State. The winner of that one will advance to the semifinals, as to see which game I should simulate for week 0 on this channel. And also, if you are interested, in the description down below, if you're able to help me financially, there's a link to my Cash App in the description down below, as well as where you can find me on X and Instagram, and which, by the way, on X/Twitter will be another poll with the same matchup, same quarterfinal vote. So go on there and vote, as well as on my community tab as well. And with that, I want to remind everybody the final score of the game. The Sacramento State Hornets hold on for dear life. They defeat the Ball State Cardinals 27-21 in the first edition of the BallSac Bowl, presented by Ballscape. Ballscape, the best a man can scrape. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.